Hey guys, here it is. Okay, this is going to be interesting. My name is Mike. I own this store, Rogue Comics, located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Though if you are here, you follow the page, then you know all of this. So I'm just rehashing it for those of you that might not be familiar with that. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stuff up in those slots that you see there. There are letters there. There will also be prices once I put the books up there. Whatever the price is, that's what the book is going for, the book. And there will also be down the line, once I learn how to do this and it gets more easier, I suppose, there's going to be pops. Basically anything that I have in this store other than the refrigerator that's to the left and maybe the counter. I mean, well, if you want to come pick up the counter, I'll sell that too. But basically it's going to be anything in the store. Books, action figures, posters, plushes, statues, anything and everything. So what I'm going to do now is you're going to have to bear with me because I do not have a counter right next to me. Although logically it would have made sense to do all of this over in the Marvel section, which is on the right side, on the other side of the Fantastic Four poster that you can see over there. So that would have been logical, but the spinner's in the way too, so I can't really do that. So anyway, let's get this started here. I did pull some things aside. Not going to do too much today because I've got to get this down first, at least get down into a rhythm here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up. This they recently announced that they were going to be making a Ms. Marvel movie, not Captain Marvel. I read that they were going to I forgot what studio it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was going to be an animated thing. I know she's going to be in the Marvel Rising cartoon, but she's had a couple of first appearances, and for some reason, I don't know why. Usually your first appearance is your first appearance. You really can't have a second first appearance, now can you? But apparently, comic book price guides list this as her first appearance. So this will be the first item. Now it says here $25, and that's this right here. So if you see this and you want this, then type into the chat box there A25, and whomever I see here first gets that book. Now you have to realize too, please, that when you type something, it's going to show up immediately on your feed, but there is a lag. And in fact, I have to go over and log on to the site on my laptop, which is over there. But I don't know how long of a lag. But when you type it, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to see it immediately, and someone else could have already had typed A25. So whoever's A25 that I see first, those are the ones that get it. Okay? I will keep it fair because there have been times where I've seen somebody's comments like 1 or 2 minutes after they've posted it, and I don't know the reason for that. I mean, you know, today's technology, it should be possible to see it like instantaneously, you know, but I guess everything has to be channeled through Russia, and by the time it gets here, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I read somewhere that they were going to put Kamala in a movie, whether that's going to be part of Phase 4 or what. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, you know what? It's a first appearance. First appearance are key, and this would be a good book to have. So let's see. I'm trying to log on. There we go. The other thing is, if you are local, I definitely don't have to send the items out to you. So you don't have to worry about paying shipping. Just come down and get it, and it is yours. I will hold it for you. Also, I've decided too that there will be occasionally, because I do have actually, there's Avenging Spider-Man. I believe it's number 8 or 9. That is apparently the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel in the costume that she has now, and that's selling for some astronomical fee. So I will be doing auctions on here too. I even have a little auction thingy here I will show you that I printed up and right there. I will be doing that for particular books, maybe high-end books or whatever, so you could get them potentially cheaper. Yeah, see, it hasn't even shown up on the, there it goes. It hasn't even shown up on my laptop yet. So up next, and mind you too, this is going to be everything. Right now it's going to be a little Marvel slanted because I'm looking, and I do have a ton of stuff, and it's going to be recent stuff too. And like I said initially, it's even going to be, I could even potentially do new books the day that I get them. So so that's what I plan on doing. Right now I'm just trying to get a feel for this to see exactly what's going to be happening. This book here, this is Batman Europa. This is the director's cut. It's written by Casali, Brian Azzarello, with art by Kevin Coley and Jim Lee. That's the number 1. It's the director's cut. It sells for $5.99. Got it up there for $4. So now if you see that book and you want it, then type in B4 and then I'll put it aside for you, and then basically that's the gist of it. But like I was saying, it's going to be, I'm going to have older books once in a while. It's not going to be as much as I would like. There's also going to be I'm going to put this up here too right now. It's not just going to be comic books, as I mentioned. It'll be hardcovers, trades, basically, like I said, anything that I can throw up on a shelf, on a rack or whatever, and get it going here as I add this to it. I think I cut them a little too big. Let's see. After a while, cutting 1 or 2 things, it gets monotonous. Coloring them too. I sat there on the front couch one Wednesday just coloring number after number. I'm gonna have to trim this down, but I'm not worried about it right now. But this is a let me see. This is a hardcover. This is Avengers Academy. I have to tell you, Christos Gage wrote it. Tom Grummett does the artwork, and it is it's one of the best books Marvel put out. I was so bummed when they canceled it. But this here collects Avengers Academy issues 34 to 39. And again, it is a hardcover. That's why I really can't fit it there. And I think it lists for $24.99, $29.99, something like that. Hey, what do you know? I just put it up there on the laptop. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, let's do this one. Just got done watching Infinity War again. And this here, oh, you know what? I don't have any. Damn it. Well, I wanted to do this one. This is the latest iteration of the Avengers, and it has Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain America, Ms. Marvel, and Thor. And that one is for $4. Now, as I also mentioned too, there are going to be some books that I do have more than one copy of. So, like this would be one of them. Actually, looking through the store, trying to find books to actually put up for sale, there were quite a few books that I have more than one copy of. So, some things you don't have to worry about. Like, for instance, let's see, I would say B, C, and D. A would be the one that I do have one of, but the other 3 you don't. Next up, let's see. I'm going to go with this. This is I'm going to have to leave some of them aside because I didn't do any $3 signs, which I'm going to have to. But this is Web Warriors number 1, Mike Costa and David Baldion, who's currently doing Domino with Gail Simone. And as you may or may not know, which I'm pretty sure you do, they are going to be doing the Miles Morales, the animated movie. That'll be coming out in December, I believe. And this one here is going to have a couple characters that are going to be in there. I'm sure, actually, they could possibly be more than that, but definitely Spider-Gwen, who's in there. And, most importantly, Peter Porker, Spectacular Spider-Pig. So this was a number 1. This came out, I want to say, last year, maybe year before. Anyways, let's see, got 5 more there. Do this, you know what? Top's kind of Marvel heavy there, so we'll do this one here. Now I was thinking about perhaps if there's something like lower priced items, like, you know, 2 of the items on the top there, the Marvel Point 1 and the Avengers Academy, those are double digits. But if there's something that's that they're all single digits, I could just clear the row and give it to you at a cheaper price. See what happens. Yeah, I kind of slightly figured out the problem I was going to have as far as getting the books that are on the second shelf in the middle, getting them safely in there with no hassles, no problems, without knocking stuff off. So I'm planning on also doing variant covers, which I have a bunch of. The thing with variant covers is that some of them are incredible to look at. Like, I'm looking at a Bill Sienkiewicz cover for Deadpool Assassin number 1, and it is way better than the main cover. Nothing against the main cover artist, but yeah, this one. And it's an homage to Elektra Assassin, which he did in the 80s. So I think that's where that gets me. Let me see if I can find another DC book. I spent at least an hour and a half going through here. We'll do this one. I don't know. Actually, see, no, I can't do this one because I'm not going to sell this for $4. No, I can't do this DC book. There's no way I'm going to sell a $2.99 book for $4, unless, of course, it was worth that much. But yeah. So it looks like this is going to be a Marvel heavy thing. Right here. Here we go. This one is by Saladin Ahmed and Javier Rodriguez, and I don't remember exactly how long ago the main series was, but they recently redid it, and it's about a character who became very popular. Her name is Blink, and what she would do is she would go through different dimensions and meet up different versions of the heroes, and this is responsible for introducing the Thor Ragnarok Valkyrie into the Marvel universe, because there is a Valkyrie, but this is a different one. I'm wondering what that was. She was Tessa Thompson from Thor Ragnarok. Let's see. I could also do this. Okay. This one here. Now, I've said this before when I've done the weekly broadcast where I show you guys what books have come in. And actually, I'm going to be able to change that up too, thanks to the tripod. But I've said this before, and it holds true because she used to say it to me all the time. But my grandmother would say, if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, then don't say anything at all. So I'm just going to put this book up. Actually, this is a set. This is a set of 6 because it's a 6-issue miniseries. So I'm going to put this up, and I'm just going to let this sit there. Actually, you know what? I can't say something nice about it. I can say Ivan Reyes's art is really good. Even though each issue has a different artist. Jason Fabok did the last issue. And I know Adam Hughes is in there somewhere. But the writer, not a big fan of. And there was a book that came out this week called Super Sons. And it looks like he's going to be messing with that character of John Kent, who is Superman, the proper Superman's son. And with Damian Wayne, he comprises the group Super Sons. And it looks like Bendis is going to be doing something to him, and I'm really not too happy about that. But this is all 6 issues. Beautifully drawn. especially by Reyes and Fabok. I know Hughes is one. I can't remember who the other three were. Or sorry, two. Wait, Hughes, Fabok. Yeah, there's three others. But if you're a Superman fan, gotta have it. Gotta have it. So what I'm also planning on doing is, because trust me, this isn't something I thought about doing overnight, and it's been in the works for quite a while. But I was going to have a thing where we'd have a box set up, and I'd have random things in there. And in addition to whether it would be a comic that was in there, or a graphic novel or whatever, there would be, something similar to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There'd be a certificate in there that would grant you whatever it may be, like, a free comic or 10% off or free shipping or something like that. Oops, I forgot to put it in the slot there because I was talking so much. Oh, I put the wrong one in. That's what it was. So I'm going to be working on that in the near future. Right now, just giving this trial run here to try to get acclimated to it. That's a Scotty Young variant for International Iron Man #1. Scotty Young is essential to Marvel's variant program because it seems like almost every book has to have the little Scotty Young chibi, whatever they call it, variant. It's actually weird that I have another book here, another series I was going to put up, because it's DC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, that would not have worked because the cable got tangled. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'll do this one. Why the hell not? Right here, 15. So, about 2 weeks. No, it was actually July 4th, 4th of July. Batman number 50 came out, and in that issue, Batman was going to marry Catwoman. And then, unfortunately, DC decided, hey, you know what? Let's spoil it in the New York Times. Because, why not? There we go. So that is everything that's up there right now. I'm going to leave it up there for a little while and what happens. I also, like I said, I did mention that I was going to be doing auctions and stuff like that, but that's going to depend on how many people are here, because if there's only like 2 people here, then there's really not much sense in doing an auction. But I was also, as I got off track before and mentioned, because there's so many things, I should have wrote this down so I could cover everything and not forget everything. And I also forgot to, actually, let me see if I could access it, do the pinned comment, because there is a way to pin a comment here. No, I can't get it there. And let you guys know the rules. I apologize. I did put Do Not Disturb on there, but I did have favorites that I had to... in case of emergency is essentially the reason. Yeah. Okay. In retrospect, not terribly important, but God forbid it could have been. Okay, so what I was also going to mention was that during broadcast, I guess on Facebook, and I don't really use Facebook too much, to be honest with you, other than for the store. But I think you can like and share, I think you can like and share individual broadcasts or something like that. So when I was going to do broadcasts for every like and share, if I was going to do giveaways, because once I get acclimated to this and figure out exactly what I'm doing here, and it doesn't sound as discombobulated and stuff like that, I will be having giveaways and stuff like that. But for every when you like and share, that automatically enters you into the giveaway. Yeah. So I also will take requests if there's anything that you guys are looking for. I mean, I do have an entire store at my disposal. Whether I can find it or not would be something entirely different, but I'm sure I should be able to come up with something. Whether it's, individual issues, I will do my best. If it's something like Walking Dead #1 or Amazing Fantasy 15, yeah, that I'm not going to be able to do. But recent stuff, definitely. And I do have some older stuff too, but I don't know. These would require a lot of typed out prices. But B4. All right, Rich, you got it. I hope that was almost instantaneous, because I'm standing here looking at the laptop. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know what the lag is. I will hold this aside. Yeah, let me tell you, this artwork by Jim Lee is incredible. I have to tell you that. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing this. I don't know exactly how often and or how many times. I was thinking about doing it for the Fantastic Four this week, because Fantastic Four #1 will be out on Wednesday. But I will be open at midnight on Tuesday selling all, I think there's like 20 covers, 15, 20 covers, something like that. So I will, I think I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to sell the books that are out that day. I just don't know the time. I'm trying to get a schedule down, but it's very, 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 very difficult to get tied down to a time. But we will see. And if something comes up, I will more than definitely announce that it's going to happen. I'm not just going to pop up. But then again, have notifications up in case I do decide to just spring something. Let me see. Let me take these down. Yeah, I don't know why DC gave Bendis all of Superman. I really, really, truly don't. But hey. And I've been thinking about whether I should leave the broadcast up or not for people who maybe see it afterwards, and if I still have the books are still available, want the books. But like I said, right now this is just a test run to get everything nailed down, or at least get some to get used to doing this, because people have said that this is if I would be able to handle it myself, and that's the store, really. I mean, it's just me. So let's see. I'll throw this up here. What do we got? We got 10 slots. Actually, you know what? I could take this one. This here that I'm going to be throwing up next is Denise Mina, Leonardo Manco, Andrea Moody, I guess is how you say his or her name. This is DC's adaptation of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I don't think I'll be able to fit in the slot there, so leave it up there at that. I have to go back and take down the 20s. or rather cut the 20s. All right, this I really is. If you order this, or if you buy this, you will have my undying gratitude. You truly would. As a comic book store, when I first bought the store, I realized that, the store can't just be everything that I like, because not everybody likes everything that I do. And there's going to be some things that people like that I'm not necessarily a fan of. I had an incident with a Twilight manga book about a year or two after I bought the store that really still bothers me. But this book just recently came out, and I had to order it because, it's a new X book and all that, but I really wasn't happy with it. I wasn't any happier than the issue where this abomination of an event happened. So if you want to take that off my hands, I would be more than grateful. I can't even tell you. And it's sad too, because it's just sad. He's one of the worst characters ever. But you know what? I hear that his first appearance has gone up in value, and well, we live in a world where Rob Liefeld still gets to draw, so hey, what do I know about things? Right now, Donny Cates is currently slaughtering the Inhumans, and in honor of that, I have a Karnak #1 there. I think it's Warren Ellis, maybe? I know there's an Ellis on there. I don't know. Maybe it's another Ellis. But I got to say one thing about it. I might not know the character too much, but the art in there is really impressive. Really impressive. So I can't do this. I had a Cloak and Dagger book, but unfortunately it's $2.99, and I don't have any $3 signs, so maybe I'll save that for next time. Let's see what else is in here. Did that. I'll do this. Pretty sure I didn't put this up last. Superman Special, Escape from Dinosaur Island. Peter Tomasi, Patrick Gleason. I don't know who the other guys are. But that's all that matters, because Peter Tomasi is a really good writer. In fact, he's the one that made me care about Damian when he was doing Batman, not Batman Incorporated, he was doing Batman and Robin. And at the time, Grant Morrison was writing Batman Incorporated, and it was just, he wrote Damian like a little dick. And Peter Tomasi, what he did in Batman and Robin just humanized him so much that when Grant Morrison eventually tried to kill him, well, actually he did kill him for a little while. That sounds funny to say. It mattered to me. I was like, oh man. But let's see. Here we go. We'll do this one. Recently, I think it was at the end of June, maybe I'm going to say. It was right after Dan Slott left Amazing Spider-Man. He left Amazing Spider-Man for this book here, and this is a character that I really don't like. I mean, if it's Robert Downey Jr., I don't mind it, but on his own, I really don't mind it. But this is Tony Stark, Iron Man #1, written by Dan Slott. The art, I believe, actually, I don't even know who the art is, because here's the thing: they did 21 different covers. Now, this is the Alex Ross cover. This was, I believe, 1 in 50, and they did 21 different covers for that looked. I'm going to see if I can find it on the spinner here, because now it really annoyed me. Valerio Schiti, I guess that's how you say his name. This was the regular cover. And what they did is they changed the armor right there 21 times. And that was it. That's all they did. Change the armor. It was still Tony was here, and they also changed this so you knew which armor it was. But there were 21 of these, and invoicing these was a ton of fun. But at that point, if it wasn't Dan Slott, then I would never, ever, ever buy another Iron Man book again. Hi, Lori. So this is what you call a variant. For those who don't know, and I'm hoping that you do, variants are essentially ways that the comic book companies get idiots like myself to order more books, more copies of the regular one at least. So they'll say something like, hey, we have an artist like Alex Ross, incredible artist. We have him doing this particular cover right here. But if you want to get this cover, what you'll have to do is you'll have to order 50 copies of the cover I just showed you. So to get this cover, I had to order 50 of the other ones. But I don't know if it was 150 or 125. But regardless, the only way you get these covers is if you order a tremendous, like they set up these hoops for you to jump through. And if you do that, then you get the book. And I mean, you will have, because now for every 50 regular covers that exist out there, there's the one variant. So sometimes it can be worth more, as in the case of there's an Adam Hughes variant of Harley Quinn, #1, and that one is worth more than the regular one because there are less of those. And that was only a 1 in 25, I believe, too, which is weird because usually it's like the 1 in 100s and stuff that go up. But all right, I got a couple more books here. I'm going to put it up. Like I said, this is a trial run. This is going to be something that's going to regularly happen. And I thank everybody for tuning in, staying however long you are. This is a Deadpool. This is the last Deadpool series, number 11. I think Sabretooth, judging by his head on the keychain there, I'm pretty sure he's in the issue. It's by Jerry Dugan, who is currently writing Infinity Wars, which came out last Wednesday and is actually quite good. But that one's up there for $4. And like I said, for those of you that may have joined late or whatever, if you are local, you don't have to worry about shipping. I'll just put it aside for you. Come pick it up, and there you go. Earlier, I did have a book here called Web Warriors #1 that featured some of the characters that are going to be shown in the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie that's coming out, the animated movie that's coming out in December. Looks pretty good. The animation, definitely. I heard it's like you're in a comic book, which works for me, as long as they show it in IMAX 3D, Cinemark. But here, this is Spider-Verse Team Up #1, and it's written by Christos Gage. Christos Gage, and see, everything is like cyclical because Christos Gage was the author, the writer of Avengers Academy, which, as I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, was one of the best Marvel books that they've put out. And I was very upset that they canceled it when they did, because I felt there was a lot of story there that they could have done. And when you get a good writer writing for characters that, you know, might not be as well known or something like that, you should really hang on to that. But sometimes you gotta, break a couple of eggs to get an omelet or something like that, whatever the saying is. I don't know. This one here, this is Wolverines, and this apparently came out after Wolverine was killed. And it features Mystique, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Daken, and X-23. And the writer is Ray Fawkes. Jason Masters does the artwork on this. And it's in a Simone Bianchi cover. Simone Bianchi is also going to be doing a cover to one of the variants. Remember, we were talking about variants earlier? Because Fantastic Four, they're going to be doing a lot of variants. It's not going to be as bad as the Tony Stark Iron Man variant fiasco, but they are going to have a cover that Simone drew, and he's actually venomizing the Fantastic Four. Actually, you know what I was thinking too? I think I might have a Fantastic Four themed broadcast on Tuesday. Not only just new books, but Fantastic Four also. So I'm going through. I have 2 slots empty, and I wanted to put that Cloak and Dagger book up there, but I can't. I'm gonna have to print out $3 signs. I'm gonna do this. Speaking, you know what? Yeah, why the hell not? We're talking about synergy, right? Here, this is the Astonishing X-Men. This is a hardcover collection for the Ghost Box story. This was written by Warren Ellis with art by Simone Bianchi. I don't think I could fit it in. I don't want to. These things are fragile. They're old. They're from the 90s. So I'll leave it there. It's a $29.99 book, and the artwork is incredible. Simone Bianchi, let me tell you something. Simone Bianchi, when artists go to like Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, or whatever other Comic-Cons that there might exist. Actually, I don't think there are any except for New York Comic-Con. But when they do conventions, what they'll do is they'll have a commission list. And then people who are fans of theirs will, get in contact with them and ask them, well, how much is it? They charge different prices for headshots or full body or, colors or whatever. They have basically a menu of different things. So I heard that Simone, this was a couple years ago, Simone was coming to New York Comic Con because he's from Italy. And I heard that he was coming to New York Comic Con, so I got in touch with him, and I'm like, he said, oh, speak to my wife, she's in charge of things. So I spoke to her, and I said, how much would he charge to do Rogue for me? And she was like, $300. Now, I don't remember what that entailed, but Simone Bianchi was the only artist. Like, if somebody else told me that, I'd be like, nah, I don't know. But with him, I was like, you know what? Let me see. How can I get $300 to have him do Rogue? I didn't. He didn't. I regret it now. But I'm sure my time will come again. Sooner or later. Later or sooner. And I'm looking through this pile of stuff that I have here. And honestly, I think that's about it. I did have another DC book. I promise you. It was Batman the Dark Knight. It was issue number 23.4, but I wouldn't feel right putting it up there for more than $2.99, so I'm not going to. Let's see what I got over here. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this. I was going to put this up too, but for some reason I didn't grab it. This is Cable. Number 159. This came out, I want to say 2 weeks ago? Last week, maybe? And it explains Nathan's time with Scott and Jean. As you can see, they're on the cover. And yes, that is the real Jean Grey. So yeah, there you go, folks. This is essentially what I'm going to start doing now. I hope to have more people watching. I guess I'm going to have to boost or whatever Facebook likes to call it, because the more people watching, the more stuff I can sell, the more stuff I can replace it with. Because as comic book fans, comic book readers know, that there's new stuff every Wednesday. So yeah. I went to my back pocket to check my phone to see what time it was, and I just remembered I'm filming with my phone, so it's not going to do me any good. All right, guys. So this is it. This is what I have planned. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be something that's a regular feature. I would love to be able to come up with a schedule, but I honestly, truly, really, I'm not good at schedules. As anybody who's read some of the reviews about the store not being open on time. I just can't. But they what's that, Randall? They don't know that, you know, if I'm not here on time, I usually make up for it by staying later. So there have been times where I'm like at the store here at like, you know, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, 4 in the morning, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, the Astonishing X-Men. Did you want that one? I could put it aside for you. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll put it aside for you. You got it, man. So I will be doing this more regularly, as I mentioned. I might even do like, you know, the current books. You're welcome. Because I guess the goal is to sell books. You know, I do like having books in the store, but I also do like selling books too, because that allows me to keep the doors open and stuff like that and get new stuff in. So I will do that, and I got to make up the $3 price point, because I'm charging $4 for a $2.99 book, especially a DC book. That's just and mind you, I did say a lot of, you know, I was talking with the customer today about DC, the differences between DC and Marvel and stuff like that, and you know, just, I don't know. I've always liked both. I mean, I watch The Flash. Flash is one of the best TV shows on the air as far as superhero shows. And actually, even Arrow's okay. Legends of Tomorrow got way better. Black Lightning is good. But it's just as far as the output, like their comics. I mean, I was happy for Rebirth, but then I fell off because got in the hospital. I'm trying to get back on stuff. I mean, Doomsday Clock is good. Super Sons is really good. But yeah. All right, enough rambling. So this is it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm planning on doing. And I'm going to be a little more organized next time. Actually, no, I'm not. But it sounded good, right? I mean, we all have goals we could aspire to, right? But I thank everybody for tuning in. I don't know who, well, other than, you know, like Randall and Mish and oh geez, what am I doing? Yeah, I better not even touch. I don't even touch the phone. But everybody that tuned in, I do appreciate it. Like I said, I would love to. I was talking to somebody. I was talking to my friend Evelyn, and I said, like, you know, she offered to help, and I'm like, well, you know, what if I decide at 2 p.m, like, hey, I want to go live, and you know, hey, Evelyn, she's not going to be able to because she'll be working. And then what if I wanted to do something at like midnight or something? And she's like, well, why we want to do it at midnight? And I'm like, well, there's a West Coast apparently, and they're 3 hours behind us, so that would be around 9 p.m. for them. But just, you know what? Just do there's a notification thing that you can do, which I believe you have to. Let me see. I think it's at the top of the store. Let me see. I'm almost positive there's like a little gear at the top of the store, and then what you do is you have to select the notification. I don't know if I can do it because it's my page. Let's see. Oh wait, no, it's not a gear. It's oh wait, no, damn it. Okay, well, there's a like or a follow or something. If it asks you to, you know, get notifications from this page or whatever, just do it. I promise you. You will not be spammed. I do not spam. I hate social media, but I realize it's a necessary evil for the store, so that's what I'm going to do. But I will not spam you, so if you turn the notifications on, you will be notified when I do the broadcast. And other than maybe I do a broadcast on Tuesdays, I show what comic books have come out, and I also, when Marvel posted, they have a post, a video that they do which shows new books coming out on Wednesday. When they post that, that's it. I promise I won't spam. But just do that, and then the notifications, you'll know it. You'll know when I'm on, and if you so desire, you can tune in. Okay? So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up and get the hell out of here. And I thank everybody for tuning in. And until next time, have a good week.